Hi Sagittarius, I hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be a reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for August 15th through the 31st. Let's see what crowning energy we get from the Black Moon Tarot. Let's get right into this. I already did Sage and Meditate and pre-shuffle, but I do like to do an extra shuffle before we get on with you guys there on camera. Fourth house, roots, nice. Okay. That's a lot to do with the home and family. Let's get a Wisdom of the Oracle. Wisdom of the Oracle. Advice card from the Wisdom of the Oracle for Sagittarius for August 15th through the 31st, 2019. Any advice for Sagittarius for August 15th through 31st, 2019? Advice for Sagittarius. Okay, it feels ready. TikTok. Okay, so I'm getting that many of you are very conscious of time right now. Very conscious of time. Okay. Why don't we deal with the crowning energies first? I feel like doing that first. Okay, so let's talk about the fourth house. So I'm getting that whatever is most on your mind right now, Sagittarius, is somehow rooted in the past. So the fourth house is ruled by the moon, and that governs feelings, all the ways where kind of like, you know, touchy and emotional, emotional dreams and things we feel very deeply in our soul that we're wanting, right? It signifies home and family and the very earliest phases of childhood. The way back, we're talking like in the womb, where we're covered and we're protected from the world, right? So in that way, it symbolizes mothering and motherhood, and also the father who's able to mother and nurture his offspring. And if this has nothing to do with children, this could certainly be projects of some sort, right? But the fourth house does show the beginning of the family, right? And it holds the memories of our ancestors. So it represents putting down roots and the foundation to everything in our lives. You know, our heritage, our past affiliations. So, and you know, in this way, in the fourth house, the self is centered and grounded, but it also likes to hide away, you know? It's like but not in a bad way. It's more like a retreat, like a pulling back kind of thing. You know, there's both a gentleness and emotional warmness to this house. And when this shows up in a reading, home and family issues may have something to do with things that you're dealing with in your life right now. So it represents your current environment, family members, where you live, real estate, land, buying or selling a home, anything to do with a home. This can even indicate someone new coming into your home, like a new birth or an adoption, or you know, just someone coming to stay with you. So in that way, it can indicate pregnancy, or maybe an elderly family member living with you. This can also indicate suddenly dealing with nursing homes in your life, maybe for a loved one. Because it could also indicate a hospital stay. Okay. But in any event, events or appearances of people from your deep past are going to suddenly become relevant again. And you're going to be reconnecting with someone and picking up like just where you left off, as if you just saw them 5 minutes ago. For many of you, memories of past lives are going to be resurfacing now at this point, transforming areas of your life right now. There's a great relevance with this revisiting of this past, whether it's in real time or just in your mind, and that's really going to be driven by the cards that end up coming out in the spread. You know, because the results of this can be completely transforming and uplifting, or it can end up being very stressful for you. So it does depend on the situation of the cards. But these memories are going to change you in the way you see your life right now. Definitely reunion. So for some of you, reconnections with people from your past, could be from grammar school, could even be relatives that you haven't seen for a really long time. And this can absolutely mean many of you reconnecting with someone you once loved, but in a very different way, in a way that's a lot more solid, with a firmer foundation right now, in a way where you're going to be able to establish roots together. So I do like that. Now, regarding the home, because there's such a relevance to home here, home is the primary meaning behind this card. So buying or selling a home, adding on to your house, selling real estate, managing properties, or just working on securing a home base for your life moving forward. And this is also about the house of dreams and imagining, and just really being able to imagine something so clearly for you to be able to manifest. But I do get this very clear idea here of you being very, very, I'm going to say set or involved in, very focused energy on establishing a firm foundation in your home, and whatever that means to you. And that's in all components of your home. Okay, so this can be a relationship, because we can feel at home with relationship with certain people, right? So for any relationship that you have in that way, where you feel like, yeah, I'm at home with this person, with this friend, with this situation, it's you working on and establishing an even firmer foundation with that person or that situation. So I really like that. And then we have TikTok, Sagittarius. I feel like you're really feeling pressured by time. There's a time element to this. And it's like, cognitively that everything happens as it's supposed to, but there's this sense of just wanting it to happen already, just feeling frustrated that what you see on your path, that what you're building now, it needs to take time to be nurtured and to roll out. So, and if this has to do with the home, certainly these things take time. It's this, I'm just feeling this incredible anticipation, this waiting, positive anticipation, though, which is really beautiful. I'm getting a very definitive positive anticipation, but nonetheless an anticipation. So if pregnancy has to do, you have to wait the 9 months, right? You just found out and you're feeling, you're really revving up and getting ready for that period of your life. Or, if you're adopting, or some of you might be feeling anxious about someone coming to live with you. Others of you might be feeling very anxious about moving your life forward in a way to feel established. You want to feel established. You want to feel like you're in that space. You're not feeling like you're there right now for one reason or another. So I am getting that. But listen, time is so man-made. You have to really have faith in the fact that everything does have divine timing, and it does happen exactly how it's supposed to happen. So I am getting that many of you feel as if the clock's ticking, and you're getting a little nervous that your dreams are just taking a little too long to manifest. And the advice here is, don't be afraid. There's nothing to fear. You're never going to run out of time for the important things. The miracles that are meant for you and you alone, they can't be missed. You think about it, which is awesome. And you're in such capable hands with guides and angels hovering in these invisible spaces in your life right now. You absolutely are. That comes with this energy. And to ensure that your journey is going to be filled with a lot of exciting, beautiful things. So really let your anxiety be gently dropped off by your faith, because, Spirit's not going to deny you what's rightfully yours, which is your rightful highest good. So really just relax if you can, and understand that Spirit has your back right now. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I like those. That's some good advice, take a deep breath. With Sagittarius, you guys are the cards of the doers and the travelers, right? I always say, first of all, truth be told, I love Sagittarians. Some of my closest friends are Sagittarians. You guys are just so much fun. You just are. I just resonate very strongly. My Gemini sun is just like, we like to have fun. We like to travel. We're good travel companions. Yeah. So I do like that. But sometimes we have to wait for stuff, and it's hard. All right, so we're going to pull four cards for the week of the 15th, and an outcome card, and then another card for that last week. Okay. And an outcome. And then we're going to go to the bottom of the deck energies. Seven of Swords, the World, lovely. Justice reverse, King of Wands. Okay. All right. Give me just a second to check these out. Well, we're starting off here with the Emperor reverse, which in tarot is the card for some of you, the narcissist. Okay? This is a narcissistic energy. This is very different from dealing with somebody who's selfish. Sag, okay? Now, this can be you. This can be somebody close to you. The Emperor reverse lacks empathy. The Emperor reverse gaslights, which is, if you've never heard of that, that is creating a situation in which your words are twisted and you're accused of saying and doing things that you did not do, and it's all in an attempt to serve the other person's objective of a situation, whether it's to win an argument or to spin something a certain way. Now, this is for many of you. This could be in an intimate relationship. This could certainly be in the workplace. This could be you dealing with a very challenging personality at work and it creating a lot of stress in your life. But regardless, the Emperor reverse is someone who is very self-absorbed, who deflects, who does not take ownership for their own actions. They're simply incapable of doing that. It's more than, again, it's more than selfishness, because selfishness is just part of the human condition that we all struggle with from time to time, and that's normal. This is different. This is a hurtful, challenging energy to deal with, where it's almost pointless to argue, yet you inevitably end up finding yourself trapped in arguments with this kind of personality. Why? Not because you like to self-sabotage yourself, but because it's so incredibly frustrating, where you end up on this hamster wheel going round and round with arguments and whatnot. But I am getting that this is an energy that you guys are going to have to deal with. Now, at the same time, I feel like you have a couple of tracks running in your life, because then we have the Nine of Pentacles. And I do like this Nine of Pentacles because 9 is about attainment. And look at how abundant she looks, right? With the grapes and the fruit. And you have spirit, you know, on your side. We have the bird. And we have beautiful energy here. And this is something that you very much want for yourself. Now, the Pentacle energy can, on the most mundane level, mean money and resources, things that are tangible. But at the same time, it also does represent mental health, our psychological health, our spiritual health. And Sagittarius, you guys are very, very spiritual beings. You are the most spiritual beings out of the zodiac. I mean, the church is represented by Sagittarius, right? So this is you really looking at what you need to do in your life. What do you need to address in your life? What needs to be changed in your life for you to reach this Nine of Pentacles, this attainment, this space where you are really on your way, where you feel like you're at peace mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and you have all of the resources that you need. And you're asking yourself the question, is this person getting in your way? Is this person getting in your way? Is there a lack of justice? Is there not a balancing of the scale? We have justice reverse here from the bottom of the deck energies. So is there a person or a situation in your life? And again, this doesn't have to be in an intimate relationship. This could be anyone who is in your everyday or almost every day. So if this isn't your partner, this can certainly be a good friend, a family member, absolutely, or someone at work. But regardless, there's this injustice happening. Right? I mean, when we have this reverse, this is about somebody deflecting. This is about the scales not being balanced. Okay? This is about karmic retribution being put on hold, and you being very aware of that. And you just feeling like, I want my Nine of Pentacles. I'm not going to allow this nonsense to go on. Because, Sag, I feel like you're very smart to this. Because we have the Seven of Swords energy. Okay, so on the most mundane level, the Seven of Swords indicates thievery, right? Either you losing something or someone stealing something from you, something mysteriously leaving on most mundane level. But in relation to this particular reading, putting it in context the way I'm understanding it, because swords are thoughts, swords are a mindset. And the seven has to do with imbalance and thievery and somebody trying to take over a situation. I do feel like this Emperor reverse is somebody who's playing mind games with you. There are mind games happening here. I'm getting that very strongly. And you identifying it like toot sweet. You see right through someone's attempt at manipulation. This could be happening at work. This could be somebody who is somehow above you at work and they're in charge of your position and you being treated incredibly unfairly and you feeling really kind of at odds with yourself with continuing in your career, having to be under the guise of this person. And this is causing you, I do feel like, some stress, some confusion, because we have the Two of Pentacles here. So this tells me that you're really confused about a certain situation. So when we have the Pentacles here, this is why I feel kind of pulled where you guys are having issues with your job, okay? I do feel like that in this way. But again, because Pentacles can mean your emotional health and mental health as well, this particular person, this Emperor reverse, this situation, with this thievery and this lack of justice happening can have you in a space of feeling very confused, because you see the water in the background, right? It's very topsy-turvy. And you're trying to be in front of it. You're trying to stay balanced and focused, but you're trying to make the right decision for yourself moving forward. You're feeling very confused right now. And you're not, I'm getting that you are very conflicted between two paths right now. And you're feeling very, very frustrated. And this frustration is making you want to kind of retreat within yourself and take some space within yourself. Like kind of like that fourth house energy. Because the fourth house energy corresponds in the tarot to the Four of Cups energy. And what is that Four of Cups? When we see the Four of Cups, this is about disappointment and wanting to step away and just think. And creating a checklist for ourselves and really getting very clear with ourselves on what we're going to allow and not allow in our lives anymore. And just being deeply impacted by someone or something. So I do feel that this can be a couple of things, and I'm going to say because it's a general reading. Some of you may actually be quite okay right now in your life, but at the same time, this might be a past scar, emotional scar, that's still there, that's getting in the way of you moving your life forward and getting into that abundant space that you can. That's for some of you. But for others of you, you're dealing with this energy, you're dealing with this person or this situation, and you really didn't want things to go this way. This person is challenging to deal with at every turn. And you're very disappointed about it, which puts you in that Four of Cups energy. And you've created this checklist. And you're really trying to figure out where you're going to go. Where is the next step, right? Because that is that Four of Cups energy. So we end this week now with the King of Cups reverse, which is about holding feelings in, holding things back. This can be emotional manipulation. This can be someone who insists on deflecting a situation or regarding maybe an argument or a circumstance of some sort back onto you. Not wanting to take ownership, not being willing to be open and honest about a situation. Now, Sagittarius, this can be you, or this can be someone who you're dealing with, right? We always have to say that with the court cards, right? And then we have the Queen of Swords closing out the week as the outcome. So the Queen of Swords is all about new ideas, wanting to push forward, coming up with solutions, nurturing solutions, really being in that genius mindset here of being able to figure out what your next steps need to be. And I do like getting that after you, because I do feel like you're dealing with this narcissistic energy. I'm just going to say that many of you are. You're dealing with this, and this is messing you up in a couple of ways. Like, first of all, if this has to do with a relationship, you're really wanting to get your life down on track and establish these roots, and you feel the clock is ticking and this person is disappointing you, and you are really wanting to reach for that attainment, but now you're confused on how to move forward because you're feeling like you're not sure if you're actually even with the right person. But the end of the week, to have the Queen of Swords outcome, and then to have this the beginning of this next week dealing with this justice, with not the justice, with the strength. I'm sorry, I was looking back at that justice, but with the strength. I love the strength for you here, because this is you really taking ownership of everything that's going on, and you being strong enough to make the changes. Because, guys, with this card, look at this card. How in her mind, look how small the lion is, because this is only in her mind. How small this lion is. Almost looks like a puppy, like a little dog. Lions aren't that small in relation to a human. But in her mind, she is not allowing any fear that she might have, because there's fear here. Where humans are afraid of lions, okay? Because they can become very aggressive with us. Look what she's doing. In her mind, not only has she shrunk the lion down, but she's got her hands near the mouth. This is fearless of making these changes. You are absolutely ready to make the changes. I really feel that you're ready for this Ace of Pentacles energy. This is new movement forward. This is new. If it's not a new job, it's a new approach to your employment. This is a new set of morals. This is a new way of thinking. This is a new approach to your mental state. This is a new approach to your health. This is you starting things new for yourself, to push yourself forward, because you're not letting this person get in your way anymore. You're not letting the hijacking of your energy and your thoughts happen anymore. You're just not having it, Sag. You're not allowing the injustice to happen. You're not allowing it anymore. It's, you're not allowing it. You just don't want it anymore. And again, this does not have to be in your intimate relationship. But I'm getting, you guys, for many of you, this is you reaching a space in your job where you're like, this is bullshit. I'm not doing this anymore. And you at least planting seeds on how you're going to move forward. This is not to suggest you guys are going to go in and quit your job, but you're going to come up with an idea here to move your life forward in a very specific way. And you're going to be very proactive in how you're going to do that. So maybe you need to take a class or two to level yourself up. Maybe you are going to be changing careers altogether. Or maybe you're just going to be changing your perspective or putting into work in a different department. Many of you are going to be realizing that you're in a position that you have no business being in, because it's like fitting a circle in a square and you're just not happy. You're not happy. That's not to say it's going to be easy, because then we have the Page of Wands, which is all about this fresh energy and this fresh will to move forward. And this tells me in the reverse that you're feeling a little afraid. You're feeling a little held back. You're feeling challenged in being able to move forward. Now, this could be because of this Emperor, certainly. Because just, you're not going to be able to change everything like that. It doesn't work like that. So I'm getting that you're planting the seeds to progress things forward. Because the fact that you have the Four of Wands is still a very positive energy, even though it's reverse. It's still positive in the reverse. It just means delay. And the Four of Wands upright means very strong foundation, which is exactly what you guys want with this fourth house energy. Because this is about roots here, right? This is roots. These wands dug down and hanging the bounty, and there's celebration there, right? So this is about a firm foundation. You haven't totally arrived yet, but with the Four of Wands, it just tells me that there's a little bit of a delay, but that your strong foundation is absolutely going to be there. But you're going to have to fight. There's going to have to be some arguing for it, where you're going to be battling it out intellectually with someone. you know, and, you know, you're going to win the argument. You are going to win the argument. But you always want to ask yourself at what cost, right? You don't want to shoot yourself in the foot here. So the advice here is try to rise above any sort of discord that you might be entering into here. Only because, and I'm just saying that because you do have this King of Wands energy. And the King of Wands is great. This is all about this really aggressive moving forward. This is like, I am full of will, I am full of vision, I know exactly what I need to do, and I'm going to do it. You are getting this fresh idea in this Queen of Swords energy, and you're feeling this strength. And you're in this time period of having very heavy Leo energy. We have a lot of Mars inflecting us this month. We have the Mercury and Leo square Uranus and Taurus on the 16th. We're going to be feeling that for a little bit. It hits on the 16th. We're going to be feeling that. There's like a sense of aggressiveness, and you really just wanting things to move forward because you do feel that clock ticking. And I feel like this may end up, you know, putting you in a space of being in this argument. Just be careful. Just be careful, Sag, okay? Because you don't want to end up in a space that's going to compromise you achieving this world energy that you have, which is, this is the top of the tarot, man. This is everything. This is all the beautiful energy all in one. This is attainment, fulfillment, happiness, joy, arrival, strong foundation, deepening of relationships. It's everything that you can imagine, and it's right here for you. Everything is right here for you. But you're going to get here only through really putting this person, this thought process, and this reality where things are unfair in your life in perspective, and figure out what you're going to do about it, because you have the power to change your path. If something's not happening for you in work in the way that you are comfortable with, you need to make a change. And I'm not getting it's the kind of change where you can like go to HR and complain kind of thing. You're going to need to take the bull by the horns a little more firmly, and you're going to need to make the changes for you. Because I'm feeling this is bothering you on a very visceral level. Now, I am getting a very heavy work vibe here, but I also have to say that with this full moon at 22 degrees of Aquarius on August 15th, this is going to be messing with relationships first and foremost, where we're going to be tapping very much into this king and queen energy where our egos are going to end up taking over. And we're going to want things our way. We're going to want gifts, right? We're going to want to be heard in a specific way. We're going to want to be understood in a specific way. So, you know, this, along with this Mercury and Leo square Uranus and Taurus on the 16th, we have some stuff going on. We have some trines to save us going into the second week, which is really beautiful. But I do want to tell you that you're going to be feeling some stuff in the intimate realm, but I do feel very heavy work stuff here. One more thing before we end up. Whatever the main issue is with this fourth house that we talked about, right, having to do with home and having to do with you really kind of rethinking things, this Four of Cup energy, look for culmination around the full moon. And the full moon is happening at the beginning of this spread, guys. So some of you guys might be feeling a little stressed out and a little out of sorts when you're watching this reading. Because it kind of started last night. I am filming this on the 14th. Kind of started last night. And you're going to be feeling a little bit of wonky energy kind of going into like the 17th, I could say. So if you're feeling that, it's totally, totally normal. But I like this. You're realizing things and you're going to end up with the world. You're just going to have to deal with a very challenging personality in this energy. But what I like about it is it's pushing you to make changes. And those changes are really going to ultimately serve your higher good. And it's going to create a fabulous foundation for you on the other side of it. So good stuff, Sag. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.